Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Look at the current conditions. Your eye is probably drawn, I hope, to that dew point value, which makes it feel so nice out there. 58-degree dew point is very comfortable, and that's the way it's going to be this morning. It's the way it's going to be tomorrow morning, most likely. As we head into the weekend, I suspect that dew point value will be closer to the mid-60s than it will be the upper 50s. So a slight change coming our way as we head into the weekend. 63 degrees, the actual air temperature, plenty of starshine out there, and an east wind coming in at about 8. As we head into the afternoon, this easterly wind flow will continue today, east-northeast. Coming in right now at about 10 most everywhere, north and south across the viewing area. That wind will surge later on in the afternoon at about the time of maximum heating, keeping our sea breeze pinned very close to the coastline and really kind of preventing much of a cooling breeze for most of us today. Right along the immediate coast, yes, you'll feel the effects. It'll keep our temperature more comfortable, I think, in the afternoon. Not to say you won't have a warm afternoon. You will. You'll hit temperatures even along the beaches that'll be in the upper 80s. But as soon as that happens, the temperatures will tend to fall off pretty quickly into the mid-80s as that sea breeze forms. Most of us will not have such luck, and as our temperature rises through the morning hours to about 85 by 12 and to about 87 by 3 p.m., we'll spend the 3, 4, 5 o'clock hours in the upper 80s before we start to taper off again into the low 80s by sunset tonight around 7 p.m. Beautiful sunset, though. Yesterday, lots of colors in the sunset sky. I think tonight we'll have a similar sort of situation with a few fair weather upper level clouds out in Gulf waters. So the easterly wind flow continues across the region. We have a few scattered showers that may build, especially on the southern tip of the state where moisture is a little bit thicker. But as those showers try to work their way across, I think by 2 p.m. you may see a few clouds building. And some of those clouds could give especially the western sky a clear appearance, while the eastern sky kind of clouds up just a little bit. And then those showers will tend to die out before ever bringing us any much needed rainfall. Consequently, our drought indexes continue to rise. Right now we have many places that are in the high category and some that are approaching the extreme category for fire danger risk. We'll show you that map in just a second. Weather highlights today, again, back to the west and the central plains. That's where the severe weather will be located. In fact, it's going to be a big story tonight, I suspect, with multiple tornadoes. Some of them could be strong tornadoes building in parts of Missouri and Kansas. That'll be the bullseye location for the severe weather today. High pressure for us brings us the easterly wind. As some computer models suggest, perhaps something of a spin up in the tropics over the course of the weekend. Some suggest perhaps even the first named storm of the season might come our way early on. That would be Alberto. You know, I doubt that will happen. I think we will see this trough of low pressure, this upper level trough, move closer to us, reduce the effectiveness of the high pressure ridge over the eastern seaboard, and cause our easterly winds to subside just a little bit. That'll allow for a stronger sea breeze and perhaps kick off a few more showers around our area Saturday, Sunday, particularly Monday and Tuesday. As we get a little bit more moisture in here and we start to build a better sea breeze, that tends to trigger off more showers. This little trough of low pressure, this upper level tropical wave, will produce some fairly heavy rainfall, though, in parts of Hispaniola and Puerto Rico, Bahama Island chain. Sunny, warm today, dry, straight into the weekend, and this easterly wind flow continues for several more days. Check out the drought indexes. Now remember, at the beginning of or at the end rather of last week, most everybody was looking okay, but now we have two categories, two counties in our viewing area that have risen into the very high fire danger category. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if on this map by the end of the week we have some counties here in central Florida that reach the extreme category for fire danger risk. So certainly the situation is going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. We really desperately need the rain at this time of year before the wildfire season really starts to kick in, which will happen pretty soon at the end of the month, beginning of next month. Our lightning season starts, and of course with dry, tender conditions, the first lightning pops of the rainy season tend to ignite those fires. Radar right now quiet, though, across the state. Don't expect much to occur here today, except in the southern tip. But already we're starting to see some rain showers form back toward Kansas City. Northern parts of the Great Lakes region seeing some rain showers in progress there and some much needed monsoonal rains beginning to form in the desert southwest. So that's good to see there as well, as their fire danger risk is extremely high back to the west. So if you look at where the severe weather will be today, we're looking at a moderate thunderstorm risk, which is pretty high actually. I don't know why they call it moderate. It should be, I think, a little bit more alarming than that, because it is a very high risk in parts of, as I said, especially Missouri and Kansas today. That will be a bullseye location today. Tomorrow, that risk exists in roughly the same location, but a little bit less of a chance. And then as we head into Friday, I think that risk shifts east, but becomes much more marginal. So that's good news for them. Forecast looks like this. Dew point values across the state remain low today, so rainfall chances also remain pretty low. Northeast wind comes in at about 10 knots, surging in the evening to about 15, so a moderate chop anticipated on bay and inland waters. Today, 88, tomorrow about the same. Then as we head into Friday, I think similar conditions. Next 3 days are pretty much going to be carbon copies of each other. Daytime highs closer to the records than they are to the normals. Then as we head into the weekend, that sea breeze kind of gets a little stronger, I think, and we'll put in a better chance of some inland showers, particularly for 3 days thereafter. And then with a little bit more moisture working its way into the atmosphere, we'll increase the rain chance to about 20% on Tuesday.